Welcome back to another drafting with Kohath here. Gonna jump into a premier draft Strixhaven. I tried one the other day and had some difficulties with my recording. It was a lot of corruption, and so we scrapped that one. But I want to jump back in and do another one with you. It was still a lot of fun, and I hope that we can really enjoy this one together. So go ahead and make our purchase. Hop into the queue. How are you guys liking Strixhaven? Are you finding as much fun as I am? I've only done one draft, but I still thought it was really fun, and I think that the mystical archive cards um, really just add that level of variance that makes it really fun for probably more established people. I think for those that are brand new, it probably just adds a little bit more confusion and difficulty in playing. But what do we open here? 2 mana, 1/3 strict protector, spirit cleric. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. A bit of a hate bear, huh? Sign in Blood, good black draw spell. Test of Talents is a very good card. We have a Learn card in Study Break, Learn and Igneous Inspiration, which is also very good. 3 mana, deal 3 damage. Sudden Breakthrough is fine, especially with that Golem. Field Trip is an okay card. It learns, but you're also getting a card, which is nice. Amplemancer's fine. We get those later on, though. What will you not see later on? What do I want to play? The hate mirror just doesn't seem impactful enough. There's not a lot of entering the battlefield triggers. There's a lot of Magecraft triggers that I'm more concerned with. Watch that I'm gonna come across something that's gonna be painful. Um, I'll take the Mystical Archive here. I don't know if we're actually gonna play black. I'm not married to it at all. Delivering Elocution. Of course that card's fine. It's a bit of a win more. Blood Researcher is a very powerful card. Like that is a card that wins games on its own. Heated Debate also very, very good. Um, I'm between those two, Blood Researcher and Heated Debate. Um, it's a decent sign that my person passing to me isn't in red. They took the rare, so who knows what that could be, but Heated Debate being passed is a really good sign. Blood Researcher being passed is a really good sign. There's not other black cards in this pack. There's not really other green cards either, so black green isn't exciting in this pack. Red, you have Heated Debate and Quintorius. Black white seems a little bit more open, or not open, but more available. Shoot. Let's go with the Blood Researcher. Black red isn't a color combination that's really super supported. It still can be really good. Um, hmm. What here? What here? Lash of Malice seems like the best card here. Yeah, Lash of Malice is definitely our choice. Thunderous Order, of course, is fine. We played with that one some. Inkling Summoning for the sideboard. Combat Professor is very good. Defend the Campus. I'm okay playing one of those in my deck, I think. Infuse of Vitality is an okay card. You get kind of caught off guard with it. I'm not sure I want this. Still, Zomancy, of course, is fine in that black-green deck. But I think we're going to take the Order here. I think it's a good sign. Seeing some of these white cards come around. Cram Session I would play. Expel I would play. Stadium, probably not. Not going to be good enough in this format, I don't think. So get Spell, get a removal spell going. Show of Confidence I really like. Dyna, there's another black-green reason. I don't think I can pass this sign. I think it's a really good sign for what we're wanting to do. Here, I kind of like the Campus over Infused with Vitality. Hunt for Specimen is also very good. Yeah, maybe I want Hunt here. I think Hunt fits a little bit better, stronger. Beaming Defense, 2/2 Hexproof. Way to protect your stuff. Campus Guide, Excavated Wall, Expanded Anatomy. Let's go with Campus Guide. Ugh, actually, Amplemancer is so much better. We're going to go Amplemancer. Currently, I don't need to be in white. I've got 2 white cards. They're fine. They're not fantastic. Yeah, I'll take Crushing Disappointment here. This is our opening pack. Um, we know anyone that we're playing with: Crimson Jade, Marshadow, Dark, Messhead, Rojo Noza, Bobby Kill, and Olio. I do not, but good luck to all you friends. Hope you draft well and enjoy the picks that you have. Auxiliary Elocution, I think, is a very good card. Um, Alternatively, Duress is also good, and I could use that immediately. I'm not really big in flyers. I'm going to take Duress here. I think the hand disruption could prove pretty strong. Not a big fan of Invocation. I don't really want to give my opponent cards. We'll take Revitalize. It kind of works with Blood Researcher. It's not great, but it works. I'm going to take the Campus. I'm going to take Cram Session. That's 2 learn cards we have. We don't have any lessons at the moment. Dusk Mage. General. Probably not playing General. The Radiant Scroll Wielder, 4 mana, 2/4. Instant sorceries have lifelink. Beginning of upkeep, exile instant sorcery. You may cast it this turn. Okay. I like Negate. Closing Statement, 5 mana, costs 2 less. If in your end step, destroy target creature, planeswalker you don't control, put a 1/1 up to 1 creature you control. So we're saying it's a 5 mana, perhaps a 3 mana instant speed removal spell. Yep. That's what we're taking. Blood Researcher being passed is a little awkward, but we're definitely taking Closing Statement there. Cultivate seems great. Spiteful Squad and Blood Researcher here. I think I want the Blood Researcher. Yep, that seems good. Pick 3 here. Eureka Moment's very good, but we're not in blue. What's this? Tenured Inkcaster, 5 mana, 2/2. Here's battlefield, put a 1/1 on the target creature. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it attacks, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. That fits very well with what we're trying to do. Yeah. Okay. This could be a pretty good deck. However, now we open this pack and there's not a lot going for us. Rise of Exodus, I think, is the best card here by a long shot. Witherbloom Campus seems good. Quandrix Pledge Mage, also very good. We're not heavy in green. Green's kind of our splash color, so I don't think I want Pledge Mage at this point. Pilgrim's also a fine card. I'm going to take the Campus here, though. Deadly Brew, 2 mana. Each player sacks a creature. If you sacked one, yeah. Happy to take Deadly Brew here over Blood Researcher. And of course, I would play 8 Blood Researchers, I think. Need to have ways to gain life, but I would certainly play them. Here, I think it's a fairly easy pest summoning. Biograph is a really good card. I'd be happy to play it, but definitely need some lessons, and that's the lesson we want. Do I want to hunt for specimens or an Archway Commons? I think specimens. I think. Blood Researcher came back. Do need ways to gain life. Do I want a Cultivate or a Silverquill Campus? I think the Campus is still what I want. Good mana is hard to come by. Don't think we're going to play Eureka Moment, but happy to take it. It's a very strong card. It's really surprising to see it going this late. But blue-green is fairly weak in removal, sadly. But I guess that's life for you. 3 mana, 2/3. Yeah, we'll take it. I don't know if we'll play it, but we'll take it. We have all the hunt for specimens. I don't think we're going to play them all. Happy to have 2 of each campus. That seems really good. Agonizing Remorse seems good. We're not really playing either of these colors. And they're not on their own bombs. 2 mana, 2/2 lifelink menace. Spells you cast that target a creature costs 2 less to cast. Wow. Okay, Killing seems very bonkers. Pledge Mage is also another one I want. Agonizing Remorse would be happy to have. Yeah, I think we're going to take that. We're going to be cutting a lot of stuff. Definitely taking the removal spell here. Damagoth is fine. Crescent Grip, sure. Spiteful Squad, I would still like more of. Pest Summoning, of course, with Bloom Campus. A lot of good cards in this pack. Mage Hunter as well. Delph Mastery would be our choice here. I think we're going to cut a number of these things. Yeah, we're going to take the rare here. Dyna and Blood Research are both in the pack. I would love to have either of those, but we're going to take the 4 mana rare that's going to just continue to pump up my stuff, make it really difficult to be beat. Okay. 4 mana allow me to go get a Blood Researcher if I need. Seems okay. It's certainly not the best. I'm not even sure we'll play it, but I'm going to rare draft it. Most certainly rare drafted it. Flunk is a very good removal spell. Deadly Brew also is very good. Blood Researcher. I think we're going to take Flunk. More decks want it, so I'm less likely to see it come back. Not super excited about the Dust Mage. How many creatures am I looking at? 9 at the moment. I don't think Natural Order is actually going to be played in our deck. Defiant Strike, Mage Duel is a good card. Spectre of the Fins is also very good. I actually like Spectre here. I want one of them in my deck. What am I looking like with removal? Lash Malice, Flunk, Deadly Brew, Expel, Baleful Mastery. Yeah, I'm looking okay. I think I want more synergy with the life gain. Speaking of, I think Leech Fanatic fits that pretty well. Here's the Golem I was talking about earlier. I wouldn't mind running 1 Pillar Drop to get a Blood Researcher back. Yeah, I will take an Agonizing Remorse. Here, I think I want the Campus. Our deck really might be bonkers. I don't know if we have the life gain necessary. As a matter of fact, Revitalize is back in. This is insane. Take the 2-drop. Oh my gosh. I think we're going to take the removal spell versus Blood Researcher number 5. I mean, we're going to have big creatures. I'm not sure that's going to be helpful to us. Hey, look at that, 40 gems. Well then, okay. I'm okay with the way this is looking to have 16 lands. The card I will cut for lands, I think, is a Plains. I don't think I'm that Plains heavy. Because here, these can be swamps, not a big issue, so I need 1 Plains here, Pillar Drop, Expel, Thunderous Order. So, I'm happy cutting the Plains. I have all of my cards here. Let's see. I would like to take a look at this breakdown. So here's our creatures. So this is going to help us kind of kill the opponent ideally. It's our goal anyway. This can help protect our stuff. Um, this is going to help us trigger our lifelink. This can help us trigger lifelink as well. However, not really. Only when paired with Leech Fanatic is Thunderous Order going to do much. It can have Menace, it can have Flying. Menace is going to be a pretty regular occurrence for Thunderous Order, so Vigilance Menace. But it's not necessarily going to always have lifelink. So Leech Fanatic and Killian will give it lifelink. Pillar Drop Rescuer is going to bring back most of our cards, so that seems really good. I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks. My main things that I would look at potentially dropping are Scurrid Colony and Thunderous Order. But we only have 13 creatures. I'm not sure we want to cut them, so we'll see. However, we do have 6 cards we have to cut. And so we're looking at removal spell, removal spell, removal spell, removal, 2 removal, 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 removal. So we have 11 removal spells. So I want to remove the worst one. So Duress is out. Revitalize isn't a great spell at all in our deck, or it's not a great spell. In our deck, it's much better. I'm kind of curious. Rise of Exodus. What's our sideboard look like? So, because right now we have 1 learn, 2 learn, 3 learn. With 3 learn cards, how many lessons do we actually have? 1. 1 lesson. So honestly, Rise of Exodus feels overpriced in our deck, especially with our removal. We have a lot of pretty cheap and efficient removal, so I don't necessarily want to lean upon that. This is only going to kill something with 2 toughness or less, so maybe I don't want Lash of Malice at this time either. Rather keep some of our stronger removal possible. Deadly Brew seems really fantastic. Cram Session is going to be good. We've got 2 learn cards in our deck, only 1 lesson, so that's a little awkward, but they both work for us in our life game strategy, so that's what we're going to go for. Sign in Blood, a decent card draw spell. We have that and Crushing Disappointment. I think I would like to keep them in the deck, especially since I don't have a lot of learn. I think it makes sense to do so. Revitalize also replaces itself as gaining life. It synergizes pretty fine. I don't really think we need Letter of Acceptance. I think our mana looks good. I don't think we're touching any of our high end. Are there 2 low end cards that they're not doing much, like Scurrid Colony isn't doing much. Anything else? I suppose Amplimancer, but Amplimancer really, if it goes late, it gets to a point that we can do some really good stuff with it, especially if we can put a 1/1 counter on it and start really pumping it up. We can double its power quickly. I think it's worth leaving in the deck as we have a counter synergy. We're going to split it up again here. Take a look. I think Cram Session in this particular deck isn't worth having. Like, it does gain life, and it does learn, but Flunk or Hunt Specimens is going to gain me life. It's going to learn as well. We only have 1 lesson on the board. I kind of think that that's better. I think that that's better. So then this is what we're looking at. This is our deck. It's very bizarre, very strong in the 2 drops. 2.9 mana average. 12 creatures, 12 non-creatures. Kind of an Abzani build. I think we're looking pretty good with it. So, anyway, let's go ahead and save this and hop right into our game. Okay, let's get to game 1 of our Draining Counters deck. I hope this works out. It feels pretty synergistic. It seems like everything works together really well. Pretty hopeful for it. SS4206669. Good luck. Have fun. We're starting out with a swamp and a forest, which means we can play 1 card in our hand, but it's pretty good. Pretty good start. Opponent plays mountain. We're going to lead on swamp. That way, if we draw another black source, we potentially can sign in blood if we want. Prismari Apprentice. We do not have anything for it yet. Happy to play the Leech Fanatic here. We did draw Deadly Brew, which is a good card. Happy to use it, especially if somehow they just like pump up here. That'd be great. Unfortunately, I went to Deadly Brew after I get something in my yard. So right now, it's not really the best. Let's go ahead and specimen here. Get our pest summoning. Wish that we had more lands. Specimens is not a permanent card, unfortunately. Spectacle Mage, sure. Not going to block here. I will be attacking it with Leech Fanatic. Keep Pest back, but attacking with Leech Fanatic, see if they want to trade off their flyer. They do not. If I kill it now, they get to draw a card. Nothing is that deadly at the moment. Let's Amphomancer. See what we can do. Again, happy to trade off with their Apprentice, but they're going to have spells to make it unblockable, I think. Divide by 0, you're bouncing and learning. Yep. Teachings of the Archaics. Okay. There's our land. Look at that. Choosing Archaic's gonna let them draw a fortune of cards. Yeah. Well, you go ahead and get Researcher down. Attacking for 2. Grow my Blood Researcher to a 3/3. Their response? Burying the Fanatic in Books. So burying in Books when your opponent is mana screwed like this is really pretty bad. Really, 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 really bad. I'm a little bit perhaps too far behind to actually do anything here. They're getting in for a fortune. 7 mana, 7 at least here. I might just be dead, especially if they have the 3 damage any target. Crushing Disappointment is turned off. Fortunately, all I have is Hunt for Specimens, so Deadly Brew isn't doing a whole lot in my hand. I'm dead just about any way I look at it. I suppose we have to hold back. The off chance here is that they attack him with the Prismari Apprentice without using a spell. That's kind of my only hope. Get rid of Crushing Disappointment because I'm not casting it now. Unfortunately, I'm also not drawing a land next turn. Alright, so you're pumping your flyer and giving your 3/3 capacity to get in. Well, that's a good game. Good game. We're going to go ahead and concede here. Nothing I can do. Brutal, brutal, brutal. I think that happens though. Whenever you get stuck on lands, it's whatever. The deck still felt like it was going to do some good stuff. The spells really let you go together. I'm hopeful that we can get wins. I don't think that our mana is that poor that we can't. I just had a bad draw there, but I don't think I would choose to not keep it in the future. Perhaps that's me being stubborn, and I should, but we'll see. Weed Mr. Greed, good luck, have fun. Plains, Witherbloom Campus. Seems okay. This is an expensive hand. Don't have any of my 2-drops at the moment. But it gives me capacity to play both campuses, which is pretty nice. And now we don't need to draw many more lands. Okay. I don't particularly want to play Researcher. But with Deadly Brew in hand, maybe it's okay. Go ahead and put it out. We can potentially get some more hits in, or they use a removal spell and I'll get it back later. Let's go ahead and get in for 2. We'll end our turn. So here, we can Crushing Disappointment or Expel. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, sure. Gonna put it on the Spiteful Squad, so that would be really awesome. Because it won't die here, it will be expelled. Okay. Still happy to draw my cards. Here, I'm gonna play that, get Duelist down, and then we cast in my end step, but it's Destroy, so I don't particularly want to destroy. I can destroy Dueling Coach, I suppose. Yeah, I think we're still just going to wait here. Very happy to expel the Spiteful Squad. 5 mana, 2/5. Beginning combat on your turn. Choose 2. Yes. How can I do this? I can't do this. Good game. Opponent. No, sir. Come on in. Opponent feels like they've got it all together. Unfortunately for them, they don't know how much removal I have in hand. I'll take a punch here, probably for 3 or so, but that's not the end of the world. Yep. It's a little awkward giving your opponent spells, but I'm pretty happy with it. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Thanks, opponent. Now then, I think we bring out Dina. play Silver Quill Campus. Go stop in our end step, and we'll pass through our steps here. We're not going to attack in, but we will go ahead and get rid of Shadrix and put a 1/1 on Killian. Great. Let's see what the opponent has now. Guiding Voice, 1/1 counter, sure. Spirit Summoning. Yep. I wouldn't mind drawing a land here. I think a land would be pretty fantastic. How do I feel about that? Let's go ahead and start with Revitalizing. Gain some life. Get a 1/1 counter. Drain the opponent for a moment. Yeah, we'll go ahead and learn. Take Pest Summoning. And then we'll Deadly Brew. We're going to sack this creature. I don't actually think we get anything back here, but I think that that's okay based on the 7 points of damage we're going to do here. And growing our Blood Researcher. Wonderful. Mage Hunter, sure. At this point, I'm not super concerned, and I think my Inkcaster will be pretty devastating. Alright. Good game, opponent. That game went really well, huh? You really saw the power of the synergy of the counters and the life gain and different things going back and forth. Very strong overall, really liked it. So yeah, there we go. So we're 1-1. I need to update our deck list, and then we'll be right back for game 3. Okay, game 3. That felt a lot better. That's what the deck should do. Wasn't mana screwed there. Really had the capacity of what we needed to do. Had a lot of removal. Took care of what the opponent was trying. They had their Silver Quill Dragon, which of course is a really good card, but it dies pretty easily. We had protection from Killian, which was really key. I don't know how much the opponent wasn't killing our stuff off because of that. They were doing their best to just kind of develop their board, and so anyway, overall it was a really great game. Missing the point, good luck and have fun. Here we are, really desperate for some black mana. Yikes. I think I want to keep it. Blood Researcher doesn't do a ton on its own. Oh boy. I want to lead on Forest here. I shouldn't have done that. I should have led on Plains. Okay, well, wasn't punished. We're going to get Amplemancer out here. Pass our turn. Opponent is missing land drops. I feel you, opponent. Unfortunately, I haven't missed a land drop yet, but don't have the colors I need. So, opponent's not going to get too punished here. Oof, missing another one. Pitching a Pest Summons. There's our black source. 4 mana. We're going to go ahead and get Killian down. I think protecting our stuff is more useful as the opponent's behind on lands. Next turn we get a Blood Researcher down and gain life, which will be pretty key. Opponent draws an Opt, keeps it on top. I'm sure it's a land then. Got a Forest. They're playing Sultai. They get Dina down. Sure. We're going to go ahead and play Blood Researcher, and now we'll just type in with the 1. Go ahead and grow Blood Researcher to a 3/3. Opponent cultivates. Sure, that's a great card. They probably kept a 2-lander with Cultivate in hand. Felt good about it. So they're not too far behind now. We're still 2 lands away from Dramatic Finale. 1 land away from that. Um, I think we want to get another Blood Researcher down. And we're going to bash in with everything here. They might block the 2/2, which is fine. See what the opponent has here. Strixhaven Stadium. I don't think that's going to do much for you. Pest Summoning, sure. Okay. We're going to closing statement on Dinah and put a counter on Killian. And then we're going to get in here. They're double blocking a Blood Researcher. Sure. You can gain 2. They go to 1. I grow my Blood Researchers. They're removing their points from Strixhaven Stadium, I suppose. They're up to 3 life. They need a significant move here. Spine Karak is not going to get them there. It's a good game, opponent. The menace is just too much on that. All right. Well, there you go. Got another win here that puts us at 2-1 on the day. Update the record and then be right back for the beginning of game 4. Stay tuned. All right, game 4. We kind of just overwhelmed the opponent there. They were stuck on lands. We were a little bit behind in lands, but they were stuck on lands. By the time they actually got what they needed, it was already too late for them, honestly. Here we go, 3 lands. Seems okay. We can get Dinah down 2. Maybe. Do we want to get her down in 2? Yeah. Thunder's Order doesn't actually get benefited from it. However, Leech Fanatic seems really good here. I think if we can go Leech Fanatic, Dinah, Thunder's Order, we can be in really good shape. Yeah. Go ahead and get Dinah down. See if the opponent wants to block. They might not. That's totally fine. They do. We have Pillar Drop Rescuer as well to bring it back, so it's not a huge loss, to be honest. The Amplemancer can be really powerful late game, so very happy to see it dead. Play a Campus, play Order, pass turn. 1 land away from Dramatic Finale, which will be very good. I honestly think we probably start there because Pillar Drop puts it in hand, I believe. Yes, we'll get Natural Order coming down, which significant. A 7/7 Bookworm. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Yep. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play Swamp and Dramatic Finale. We'll pass our turn. So the benefit here is now my order will have flying each turn, and that's significant. I'm just going to get in. I think. I guess I don't. And I think I do, honestly. Do I? I'm trying to decide what to do here. Hmm. I actually think I'd give up the order. Take some damage. We get a 2-1 back. It'll be a 3-2. It'll help Dinah really become more powerful. Enters the battlefield, exile a sorcery card from your graveyard. Put 1 counters on it equal to half the mana value. Round it up. Alright, Jacko. Gonna get 2 counters. I don't like that. We will campus here. I think we're gonna hunt for specimens first. Get a pest summoning. Play pest summoning. And then we're going to go ahead and get in for 3 here. Pass our turn. So here we can't effectively block the bookworm because I tapped out. But I do think that there's great benefit in having them up because Dinah is just going to be that much stronger with it each turn, which is really fantastic. Let's see what the opponent wants to do here. You're returning the flyer to my hand and making it a 9/9. I think we're going to go ahead and block the 4/4 here. 4/4 with ward 2. I'm going to gain 2 life. Alright. We've got another campus, which isn't the best. It just exists. Okay. We're going to take Leech Fanatic, I think. And pass our turn. So here, unfortunately, I'm still not doing a fortune of damage. I think we're just going to take the 9. Opponent have another way to pump it? No. Okay. Vortex Runner, sure. Currently doesn't have any way to do anything. My turn. So I can get this down as well. Reject. Then I can't get it down, but I think I still do it. I have 2 mana up. 2, 4, 6, 7. Ugh. No attacks, good game, opponent. Well, maybe not. But you're only getting +X+O on the turn. So I don't think that will help tremendously. 4, 6. Okay. So I have to block the bookworm with everything. I guess that's not completely true. Okay. So I did block it with everything. Do I have to? Maybe I don't. Maybe I block the Vortex Runner as well. Block. And then I'm going to sack the Inkling to pump Dyna again. Because there, I should gain 2 life immediately. No! I thought the lifelink worked that way. I guess it is a triggered ability. Ugh, brutal, 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 brutal. Good game, opponent. It was a long shot anyway. I was definitely behind that whole game. The natural order put them over the top. So that is what it is. 2-2 here. Good game, opponent. And let's update the record and be right back for game 5. Yeah, I think I've been confused on that before. Just when exactly does lifelink trigger? But all the damage happens and then lifelink goes in the stack. So therefore, I went to -1 before the trigger could actually ever hit the stack, which means I did lose. It wasn't an instantaneous ability, which that happens. Not the end of the world. Very happy with this hand. This hand is all kinds of powerful. Lead on campus and then planes get Killian down, followed up with Blood Researcher. Um, so it's a very good set of progressions. Would love to get some more removal in hand. Belf Mastery is fine. No problem with it, but I would like more. They went Befuddler. Alright. We will get Killian down, which should frustrate them quite a bit. Because now everything costs 2 more. Vortex Runner. I'm going to attack in? No attacks in. Okay. Well, yeah. We're just going to play out Blood Researcher here and pass our turn. See what we can put together. We've got the removal for it. Not super concerned. Opponent has concerns, of course. As they should. We're going to go ahead and exile their Vortex Runner. Great. Oh, spells that I cast that target creature cost 2 less. See, here I was thinking that it protected my creatures. Wow. So I probably did misplay earlier, and holding up the 5-minute destroy spell. I was really confused by that. Okay. Well, great. Killing's fantastic. So it isn't a protection spell. It's actually pretty darn aggressive. That's fine. Okay, and now we can, yeah, we can go ahead and flunk. Probably should have done Befuddler, but I have concerns over the the fractal synergies. But we'll go ahead and get in for 5 here. What's nice is I even have Expel up if something crazy comes down and the attack in. Opponent gets land, Biomathematician, which is why I killed the fractal. Awesome. That worked out splendidly on my behalf. They don't have anything tapped. Would like to Agonize Your Remorse, see what else you have in hand. See what I care about. Take Conjuration here. The Symmetrist I'm not super concerned about at the moment. Go ahead and get some pests. We'll wait for a turn. Serpentine Curve. Perfect. Just what I wanted to see. Okay, so I can turn you into a 4/4 as well. I guess we play another Blood Researcher. We can wait. Probably shouldn't, though. I just don't have any other ways to gain life, so to lose Killian is a bit of a loss. a significant loss. Leech Fanatic. So the problem with Leech Fanatic is that it detects in and it dies pretty easily. You know what? I want the opponent to really have to find a way to get through with it, because I think I'm in pretty good shape here. Yep, double blocking that Blood Researcher. It seems fine. 3/3 on the Killian. Okay. Great. So I still have a very strong. We're going to go ahead and activate your ability. We'll auto pay. If I had a way to sacrifice, I could get rid of one of my pests. That would have been good. But that Blood Researcher immediately becomes a 4/4, which is exactly what I wanted. Good game, opponent. Alright. Well, this deck is aggressive. And I think that pops us into gold again. Oh, no. Well, Magic Arena just crashed. I'll end recording here and then reopen and see about continuing on after I update our record to 3-2. Thanks. Alright, well, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened to cause MTGA to crash. It just happens sometimes, I suppose. But that happens. 3-2 here with our Draining Counters deck. It's playing really well. I'm really enjoying it. Wish we had a white here. Really wish we had a Plains, but Willowed on Campus, I think it's a hand that you don't want to give up. But there are two cards I just can't cast at the moment. Play another Campus. Opponents on Forest and Island, bringing out a Cram Session, sure. What are they learning? Fractal something, probably. Prophecy, okay. We're going to go Killian first. If the opponent wants to kill Killian, that's okay, because I can Deadly Brew later and potentially get it back. Killian is very good. I'm surprised how much I like it. It's a really good uncommon. Heated Debate. Alright, premium removal spell. Let's go ahead and get Blood Researcher down. Not gaining life immediately on it, so that's a bummer, but not the end of the world. Opponent has a 3 mana. They're going to Prophecy now. Where are their sleeves? Tybalt. Honor Troll. Sure. We will play a Forest, and we're going to go ahead and get in with a 2/2. No way to gain life at the moment. But we can expel their Honor Troll. Oh, I guess we can't because it has Vigilance. Ugh, yeah, it's always frustrating. Expel is a weaker removal spell. It's nice when it works, but it doesn't always work. And Deadly Brew is worse now because I don't necessarily want to get their 1/1 out of the deal. Okay. They're simply trying to learn. What are they learning? Annihilation? Anatomy. Sure. Getting in for 2. Yep. No effects. We're going to scry here because we can. Very much don't want land. Spectre the Fens. Yeah, I think a 2/3 flyer seems totally fine here. And Pass. So Deadly Brew, I'm not excited about it in this matchup. At least right now. If I can really whittle down their weak creatures are good, but unfortunately, I didn't want to trade Blood Researcher for Honor Troll. But now I don't want to trade either of these for Fractal. That's for sure. The ovens in the tank, I think they're trying to figure out what to do. I kind of imagine they prophecy here. I don't think anatomy is going to help them a ton at this very moment. Stormkin Artist. Okay, so it's a 2/2, and whenever you magecraft, you get a treasure spell, a treasure artifact token. It's fine. Opponent passes. We draw another land. We'll play land, and takes 6 mana to do that. We don't have 6 mana, so we're just gonna wait. I'm okay waiting because we can actually grow Blood Researcher pretty significantly here. Yep, cultivate, get a treasure token, get a couple lands. I like opponent's deck. They're doing quite a lot here in the Teamer build. Imagine they play land, or they already play land. They might have. Going Anatomy on the Honor Troll. Okay. Making it a 3/4 with Vigilance. I don't think I actually want to block it. I will kill the artist pretty happily. Take the 4. We're not blocking that. Agonizing Remorse. I'm not opposed to taking a look and finding stuff I don't want to see later. We'll take the curve, play our land, and we'll pass. So here, now we can activate our Spectre Defense and turn on Blood Researcher to 3/3, which is beneficial. It'll keep their other 2 back. The Honor Troll is a significant problem, but I can continue to grow over time, potentially. I imagine the opponent's going to have some removal. Demagoth, yep. What do I do here? I can block, or I just take 4. I think I just take the 4. I hope to draw not a land. Target opponent, gain my life. Wonderful. So here, I think we kill you, and we put our 1/1 on Blood Researcher. And we pass our turn. Great. Eureka moment. Okay. And they did draw a land. Letter of acceptance, and sacrifice it. And the opponent's not really in trouble here at all. I can continue to grow my Spectre, and that's really beneficial, but yeah, they're doing just fine. I'm going to take 4 again, which stinks. If I draw a land, of course, I have Spectre up. Yeah, we're going to Inkcaster, put our 1/1 on the Spectre. And then we're going to attack in with Spectre here. Drain the opponent for 1, gain 1, grow Blood Researcher. is great. There's the sacrifice of letter. And opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Archmage Emeritus, they're able to draw more cards. Biomathematician, so now they get 2/2/2s. And follow-up opponent. Trying to decide if they want to attack in, I suppose. So in reality, I would probably take 4 damage here if they attack in, and as I block the Honor Troll. So they give me down to 4. And then, however, I don't think I attack with Spectre anymore. I do think that Tenured Inkcaster is a benefit to that, but I do think that using the 6 mana to gain 2 life and a block is more significant. Yep. Okay. Well, great. Well, we're not going to attack here. We're going to wait. I could have Deadly Brood. It would have just been a 2/2 with some significant upside for a 1/1 with no one cares. So, Deadly Brew actually, in this matchup, it's just not doing anything. Bayou Groff, sure. Paid full mana for it. Opponent is going to pass through their turns. You can lose 2 life, I'll gain 2 life. Go ahead and revitalize here. Pass turn. We have another activation up at the moment. Okay. I mean, I'm going to let the 1/1 through all day long. I do need some more creatures, though. They're going quite a bit wider than I am. I would like an Honor Troll. That would be really beneficial in our deck. I've got them on a 7-turn clock right now. I think if they attacked in, they could really end up putting some pressure on me. I would trade off the Tenured Inkcaster pretty immediately. Probably for Archmage Emeritus if they attacked in with it. That'd be my most favored. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Opponent's going to combat. Deciding whether or not to attack. They do not. Okay. Go ahead and drain you for 2. Keep our Blood Researcher getting larger. And we'll pass our turn. We're at 10 mana right now. Still 2 mana away from being able to activate Spectre twice. But we can now activate Spectre and Scry, which is very significant. See if we can get some removal in our hand. Because right now we have Deadly Brew, but again, Deadly Brew is going to take something from us before putting it back, and I'm just not super excited about trading it in yet. Because what? The first one we would get Killian back, and then the second one we get Tenured Inkcaster back. I think that's right. Which isn't the worst. It's 2 spells for 2 pretty crappy tokens. But otherwise they're not doing anything in my hand. And it puts me right back to where I am with them having 2 less creatures. So actually, it's probably worth it. Especially as they're about to get a massive fractal online. Opponent thinking about attacking. And opponent doesn't attack, so we're going to go ahead and drain opponent. Well, that's really nice. We're going to go ahead and get rid of Tenured Inkcaster at the moment to get Killian back. Oh, back to my hand. Well, that's disappointing. I thought it was Battlefield again. Okay. The opponent has an extra turn here because I Deadly Brew is not as good as I thought it would be. It is very strong, just not as good as I thought it would be. But I'm not really attacking in right now, so if they do want to attack in, I'm going to get my Blood Researcher up to a 10-10, and then their Fractal can't do anything again. So I'm fine with the attack. It's their choice. All right. I will block here, block here, and block here. Take 7 here. I mean, it's a significant chunk. Gain life, grow both guys. Dinah, which should be pretty good here. We will pass our turn. Scurried Calling, sure. You've got it, opponent. Aerialist, sure. They certainly have the creatures. I do not. I'm not getting the removal I want. I imagine you're just going to bash in with everything again. Nope, okay. We will go ahead and drain you for 2. Grow everything, ping you. My turn. Draw another land. We will pass our turn. We have 11 mana. Professor's Omancy, sure. This is not a fast game. It's very grindy, but I think we're in good shape. The opponent does keep going pretty stinking wide. I'm just not sure they're ever going to get 14 points on board against me. So again, we'll target opponent here. Then we're going to go ahead and scry. Do not want another campus. All right. We draw Dramatic Finale, which is very, very powerful card. Yep. We'll play it. It's a bit of a backup for us. I don't think we want to do it still. Not yet, anyway. We'll pass our turn. I've got 3 points of damage on board for them. So, see what opponent does here. This is their last turn, potentially, so they have to go kind of all out. Do they have the removal for it? Do I have the capacity to block everything I need to? All those fun pieces. Scry to the bottom. Opponent scries at the beginning of their turn. Scries the bottom. Draws a card. Oh no. Yep. I mean, it's a little bit expected, so not the end of the world. But they kill it. I'm still going to get them for 3 here. Grow everything. I'm still going to replace it with a 3/2. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'll go ahead and sacrifice it. Make it to where, I guess it doesn't really matter, but heated debate doesn't actually resolve. I now have a 4/3 and a 3/2. And opponent gets in for 3 in the air. Okay. Sure. I don't know if I have enough to do this, but we're going to try. Dudley Brew will get Spectre the Fins back. Oh, I should have got the Ink Master. That's disappointing, because Ink Master would have won me the game. And then I'll play another Blood Researcher, and then we'll pass our turn. Misplays. I had the game won. All I needed was the Tattered Ink Master, and I win the game. So I'm getting a little bit too complacent in this game, which I shouldn't be. I think the opponent has done an incredible job. I mean, they have 6 cards left in library. It's really, really big stuff here. Opponent's going for the attack. Yep. Okay, well, if you've got something, you've got it. I'm not gonna not block your 9/9 here. They targeted their own creature to learn. Okay. Yep. Opponent plays Pest Summoning. It's not going to do it. You don't have a sacrifice outlet. Got another land. Alright. Target the opponent. Opponent scries. They're looking for any life gain spell they can possibly find for 1 mana. They put it on top, they die. Good game, opponent. Wow, that was grindy. And I should have won the game last turn, so major mistakes on my part. Luckily, it didn't bite me. Good game in the oven. That was quite the effort. Sweet. 4-2 here on the day. Let me update the record and let's jump into game 7. Okay, so game 7 here. Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good deck here. I think the removal package is pretty solid. You kind of see the downfall of Deadly Brew there, though. Deadly Brew against a tokens strategy is really, really ineffective. So disappointing, but still getting some of my own stuff back was pretty helpful. We've got life gain, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. We're going to try it. Certainly a green source as well as other spells. I'm not super excited about our spell selection here, and there's our green source, so that's good. Opponent's on Izzet. I get Dinah. Do I want Dinah first or Killian? I think I want Killian. Because Killian's going to give me the life link, and then every time I gain life, the opponent will lose life. So I can play Dinah down next turn and actually benefit from it. Opponent on Teamer, Spectacle Mage. Okay. We'll go ahead and get Dinah down here. We get to hold up Expel against the opponent if they attack. Get in for 2, gain 2, drain for 1, end our turn. Opponent plays Island. They're getting in. We'll go ahead and expel their Spectacle Mage. When they come down with Waterfall Aerialist, that's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this now. Okay. If they want to trade with Dinah, I'll accept the trade. Great. That actually is totally fine with me at the moment. Opponent comes in with Ingenious Mastery. Opponent gets to scry 2. Oh, I create 2 treasure tokens and scry 2. Well, my goodness, these are really good cards. Yeah, okay. Deal. Yeah, let's go ahead and revitalize. Gain 3 life, draw our card. We'll draw our Agonizing Remorse on our turn. We'll get Blood Researcher down. We'll Agonizing Remorse the opponent. Luscious Historian, Elemental Masterpiece. We're at 5 lands, 6 lands. Square up. Creative Outburst. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. Deals 5 damage to any target. Leave top 5 cards of your library. Put 1 in your hand. Rest in body and library. Kind of all kinds of bad stuff here. I guess we want to get rid of the Masterpiece. It at least has some use at the moment. Get in for 2. Grow our Blood Researcher. Great. Opponent draws a card. Plays their land. Plays the Illustrious Historian. Plays Team Pennant. They're keeping Square up, which is totally fine. It will Dramatic Finale here. And we'll get in for 5. Grow the Blood Researcher. Opponent plays Overgrown Arch to gain some life. And some best block. We will play another Blood Researcher. Play a land. And go ahead and get in here. Interesting. Well, I'm going to kill the Arch pretty happily. I imagine you're going to square up the Arch. Oh, squaring up the Historian. Okay, I mean, sure. We'll go ahead and cast Deadly Brew. I'll get rid of my 3/2. Alright, good game, opponent. And just like that, we are 5-2. So, update the record, and we'll jump into. Are we 5-2? Are we going to jump into game 8 here? Wow, we'll jump right in. Game 8 here. Um, Playing well, got a really good deck, super enjoying it. Killian and Blood Researcher really go well together. Um, they are quite the pair. Um, I don't think what we're doing right now would actually be worth anything in a constructed format, but in this limited format, it's really difficult to deal with. I think you see this often in mini formats. It makes you question it sometimes, but this format in particular, the more removal you have, the better off you are, especially since you're getting so much value from casting instants and sorceries. Like, this whole format feels like to me is based on removal. The more removal you have, the more likely you are just to walk through your opponents. We're going to keep this, hope for a green source. We're going to lead on Swamp. We got our green source. Symbology. Yep, very good white card. They got Anatomy. Well, we're going to Remorse them. See what else they've got running in their hand. Spiteful Squad, Golem, Beamy Defiance, Silver Quill Command, 3/3 flying. Turn target creature, card 2 or less from graveyard battlefield. Opponent draws and loses a card. Opponent sacks a creature. Interestingly, they don't have black currently. This is their 3-drop that they have. I think we're going to take Golem here. We've got Mastery to take care of something else that we can find. But I think Golem made the most sense there. Yep, go ahead and cast your Anatomy on your Symbology. Get up to a 4/3. We will go ahead and Blood Researcher. We'll pass. Opponent finds another Plains, that's good. Gets in for 4, not blocking again. We should be able to overcome this. I'm not super worried about it. Perhaps I should be, but I'm not currently. We'll go with Dinah. We'll go with Specimens. We'll get Pest Summoning. We'll get in for 2. Now we'll happily block with our 1/1, which will drain them for 1 and grow my Blood Researcher. Okay, opponent is stuck on Plains. Go ahead and block. Down to 17. I'm up to 12. Got a 4/4 or 3/3. Not a lot of reason to play out an untapped land here. We'll play Pest Summoning. And we'll go ahead and get in for 4 here. Okay, in turn. Opponent untaps, and they really want a black source. They get a black source, they're back in the game pretty significantly. 2/2 and Hexproof on the turn. Okay. I'm not really sure what that benefits you, opponent. Opponent's aggressive. Okay. I think they're just frustrated with it. Wow. Okay. And tier 3, there we go. And that puts us at 6 and 2. So let me update the deck list, and we'll come back for our final game 9. All right, welcome back for game 9. It's impressive how fast best of 1 draft is compared to best of 3 sealed. I really enjoyed best of 3 sealed. I thought it was a really fun format. But I feel like I'm just flying through these games, 5-minute matches. It's kind of nice. A good little change of pace. But we've got some more best of 3 sealed coming up with the Arena Open, so we intend to do that. Professor Onyx, it looks like. I thought Liliana got rid of the etchings after she finished the contract. It's kind of interesting. We're going to keep this. I really didn't think that she still had the etchings on her after War of the Spark, but apparently she does, unless we're back in time. I don't know where Strixhaven falls chronologically. Um, let's see. Opponents on Lorehold campus, followed by Swamp. So Mardu, it looks like. Eager first year comes down. Sure. Really, really wishing I had a black source or two. I still haven't exhausted our land drops, which is good. Opponent brings out a second swamp. Goes to attacks. I think I just take the 2. I'm not that concerned, honestly. I think I'd rather hold up Expel for something else that will be coming that will be powerful. Clever Luminancer. Yep. And Leech Fanatic. Okay. There's a black source. Just a little late. I guess you pass. It's +1/+0, so you don't get first strike. It gets 2/2 to turn. Okay. So what does the opponent have here? I imagine they're wanting to get in for 6, so they probably have a removal spell for Amplemancer. Apprentice. It's a 2/2 that gets +1/+0 till end of turn with Magecraft. Okay. We'll get rid of the Fnatic here. We're still not going to block. We will, however... I feel like I want more than a 2/2, but that's all I have are 2/2s. We're going to Thunderous Orator here. And we're going to pass our turn. It makes sense with Deadly Brew, but I want to do what I can here to block and kill off something, Deadly Brew to kill off something else. Study Break. Well, that's disappointing. Yep. 3, 6, 8. Okay. Introduction to Annihilation. I just gotta get stuff on board. I can't really wait any longer. If I play Leech Fanatic, I do not have Deadly Brew open. If I play Killian, I do not have Deadly Brew open. I think I need to attack in for 4 here. And then Deadly Brew will get rid of Amplemancer here. Opponent gets rid of their 0/1. Opponent has their 5 mana to exile my order, which they're fine to do. Another swamp would be great, because then I could Leech Fanatic and Blood Researcher, or Blood Researcher and Killian. Either way, I'd be pretty happy with that. I think it'd be better off doing Blood Researcher and Leech Fanatic, because the blocking will pump the Blood Researcher. They're annihilating now. I'm going to go ahead and get in for 6. That makes them both. Okay, there's a land, but it's not going to help me here. That isn't either. I don't think I can do anything. I think I'm a bit stuck here based on lands, so I get to say good game and concede. 6 and 3 is how I ended up here. The opponent had quite a bit of removal, which is good. I was stuck on lands, couldn't keep up. 6 and 3, very good deck. overall very pleased with what we did and what we were able to see. So um, go ahead and close this out here and jump into our recap. All right, so our little Abzan Blooming Counters Gain Drain type deck played really well. Got our natural order there. Always beautiful. Okay, but what we had here, really, I think the all-star in our deck was Killian. The reason why is we were able to cast so many more spells with Killian, and I think that really benefited us. Really, Killian isn't good. Like, Killian's good, period. With the amount of removal we had, Killian was an all-star, and Killian kind of turned on all that removal very well. Deadly Brew underperformed. I don't think I really want that many Deadly Brews anymore. It's fine, but next time, rather than playing Deadly Brew, probably would have been happy to have Rise Exodus in our hand. Cram Session probably would have been better than Deadly Brew as well in this scenario. I probably would have played Lashing Malice as well. So, and a few cards that I probably would have switched out for Deadly Brew. Live and Learn, that was my first time really playing with Deadly Brew, and so I thought it was good, and it had moments that it was really excellent. Then it had other moments that it really waned in its value. Agonizing Remorse, it's a good card, always. Thunderous Order wasn't best in this deck. I knew it wouldn't be. It did give us some value, but you play with what you have sometimes. Dinah, Blood Researcher, 4 Blood Researchers. What an incredible draw. No one was taking them. I think they're incredibly powerful. If you get 4 Blood Researchers or Quandrix Pledge Mages, it's just going to be really hard to really fight through that. Dramatic Finale was very powerful. It gave me the redundancy I needed to keep on the board at different games, and so a very good card overall. It's 4 mana do nothing, but it will do something over time. Closing Statements, very powerful card. This is almost near. This is almost worth playing in every deck. Not every deck, but it's worth a top pick in my opinion. I would almost pack one pick win this sometimes. Inkcaster misplayed with her once. Should have definitely got her on the board and won the game that one turn. It didn't punish me, but it is a trick that people just aren't going to see or play around that often. It's very good. Rescuer, didn't actually get to use it too much, but it is very good. But to your hand kind of sucks. So that's the downside of Deadly Brew to your hand. 2 mana though, you can't have that hit the battlefield. It makes sense. Baleful Mastery, very good rare. Crushing Disappointment, there are times it's very good and other times that you end up hurting yourself with it. Inspector of the Fins, again, it's a flyer, it's a 2/3, and it's just going to close out the game pretty quickly on opponents. Overall, really liked this deck. I hope you did too. If you did enjoy this gameplay video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, come back for some more, and looking forward to continuing to grow our channel with you. Thanks.